So are you ready for this debate?
I think this is not a debate, it's just a discussion because we will have tell each other about some research we made about some the international school or public school, the benefit. So what have you finding?
Well, I choose international school because I think they're better. You know, like there are many international schools around here, and I'd like to discuss about, Diamond International School. Do you think Diamond's International School are real? Because I heard them on a movie.
I think they real because in that movie, I think they talk about that school. Maybe to let everyone know about that. It's just kind of advertisement.
And there is the Gateway School. I think Gateway School changed the name of Gateway, but I don't remember the name. So the first is about the cultural influences. About the cultural influences, I found out that it helps students embrace a global focus. That's what international school helps students. And also, international school promotes topics of education, and it built a strong foundation of cultural understanding. And it exposed a new culture, which helps students learn new culture. So that's the first one that I think of about the cultural influences. How about you? I'm curious about public school, since we're all learning in public school.
So since we all you can see that nearly the students in Vietnam study in the public school, most of them like that. And there are many, and I think when I do research, I see many benefits of the public school. So about their cultural influence, I think they are way more traditional, and also they focus on the moral, because when moral, so we can learn to improve our moral. We can respect more teacher because the teacher is the person who teach us, and also we can practice and practice our patience. Besides, it also focus on the teamwork, because you can see that the achievement of one class is, so you can see that when you are in one class, so the achievement will be on that class. So if you receive some prize, so when they call your name, they also call the name of the class after your name when you go there and receive some gift or receive the prize. So it nearly focus on the teamwork, nearly focus on how you do with each other in the class, and the achievement of one class is reflect the achievement of each student. So if one class have a really good result, so many people will think that the student in that class is study well too. And besides, I think that you can also learn how to work with other people well. You can understand them more.
Well, talking about teamwork, I think international school will help you even better about that. Because next, I want to talk about teamwork, since you're talking about how well the teamwork in public school is. I do admit it, but in the international school, I think about the teamwork, they can help you even more because there's more projects. And I think that in public school, there are less projects than the international school. And the international school has a flexible curriculum at an international that puts a focus on humanity. Like in public school, I see that they mainly, I do not say that they just focus on that, but they mainly focus on 3 main subjects. But in international school, I think that they both focus on every subject, like they think every subject is the same. And I think they have a really good environment because their environment is English. So I think their environment is actually pretty good. And they teach you really good teamwork because there's project, so you've got to work together, which I think is good.
So in another field about public school, I want to talk about is the schedule of learning. So the schedule of learning is focused on teaching about traditional and cultural and some custom. So I think that is really good, because if we are a person, so if our nationality is Vietnam, so I think we should learned about some cultural and traditional Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. That's one point. And now I want to talk about friends and peers at the international school. Like this is like benefits of international school at home and abroad, because you can learn at an international school abroad as well. You can learn abroad or in your own country. So you will have, if you learn abroad, you will have a special opportunity to meet students from different cultures or exploring new world and views perspective. And also like at international school, you know, like from the movie that we watched, they say that you have to have like the house that near the school. So I think it's quite convenient because nearly they, you know, like the international school is often placed on some kind of area which is like not just to like the areas just for some rich people that live in. So like I think international school, which we're talking about benefits, but I do admit that there's one disadvantage about international school, which it is just for rich people. And for normal people like us, if we want to study at an international school, we have to work hard.
Yeah.
To go
So that is one of the disadvantage of the international school. So about like the study fees in public school is really low because it is the school that the Vietnam government build and students go there, so the study fees is really low, and it also really suits with like the economic of every house. And if some house like they have something really hard on the economic, like they cannot afford for the student to go there, so the school will have something to have them, maybe like to decrease the study fee for them, or maybe like call all students to donate for them. So I think that's a good thing.
And now another benefits of learning at the international school is about the future. International school will help prepare for your child's future. Why? Because you know, like you will understand the importance of providing individual focus on each child. They will help each child really good. And also another thing is that a global education opens the door to a global technological world. So that's why I think that international school will prepare for your child's future more easily. And another thing, I think this is just a small advantage, but it's really good. International schools are often built like really big, right? And their campus are really big, just like some university in Vietnam. So I think children can freely play around the field, and especially one thing I really like, international school, they are global. So after school, there will be many activities for them to play. Swimming, playing badminton, because the campus are so big. It's not like public school. Some public school, like the campus, like the field is quite small.
Yeah, so so going back to the problem I say is about studying fees. So I see that many people, although I don't talk about some rich how because they can easily afford their study fees in the international school, but with some economic people, I don't know why, but I think they put themselves into some hard things, some hardship, because I think that their economic is low and they cannot afford the study fee in the international school. But I think that they try everything, they can do everything, and they have to decrease their everyday like buying and selling just for the child to go to the internet school. So I think they shouldn't do that, because after that I don't know like about how the child can learn in there, but you see that their the family will be in hardship because they out money, because so like mom told about the article series that the family they put in story that they just use money for buying some near necessary stuff. They cannot like buy anything really expensive, They don't buy any new clothes, don't buy any, and the meal is just like very
normal. They don't have any fancy meals.
Yeah, they don't have any fancy meal, just for their children to go to their international school. So I think that is a quite weird and really crazy of them to do that. So I think in that case, I think they should go to the public school for like suitable for their economic. And also, beside, one thing I want to tell you is the problem that many. So if you study in Vietnam, you know that we have to go through the test to go to high school like me in this year. So if you study in the international school and you want to like go to a high school, go to a public high school, so that not make sense, because everything teaching in the international school and skill of doing some exam is not enough for them to do the test to go to high school.
Well, to admit it, that is actually true. But I think that because they have many chance, if they can't go to public school, they can choose another school. They can go to the international high school, which is pretty good for them. But yeah, I have to admit it, international school isn't always very good though. There are disadvantages. Like, how about we're going to go to the university? So we will have less chance of getting into a good university when we study in the international school. But there are some good things about the international school. There are quality facility. We can learn like around the good environment, which have the good facility, and they offer more programs. And we can have like, this is I in the research, we can gain more job opportunity. I don't know why, but they said that if children learn in the international school, like, yeah, they can communicate really well, right? Mm-hmm. And they will have more job opportunity because of their communication skill.
Yeah. So talking back to that problem, so I see that if like one family, they have a decision to let the child to go to the international school, so I think they should let the child go to international school from the grade 1 to grade 12. Mm-hmm, because I said that if like they want to make a short line to go to public high school, so I think that will make sense. And also about another thing is the way the teacher teaches is in the public school is more like concentrate on the experience. Like you can see that you study in the public school and you can see that one kind of exercise, so we do a lot, and then we feel familiar to it, so when we do the test, we look at that and we can like think of the ways and we can do it easily.
Mm-hmm. That's like one way to study in the public school, which I don't like. But I think the program we learn in the international school is totally different. And I think the food, and like for, I don't know how many grade they eat lunch at school, but they even have the canteen. Like my friend in Ho Chi Minh City, she's studying college. Mm-hmm. And they have a really good canteen, and you can choose your own food. Yeah. I think it's cool to have it. But there are some other international school which they will have a meal for you. But you can choose like how many you want. Not like our school, which they already have the meal and we cannot choose anything. So I think it's kind of good for students to choose their own meal, as long as they have vegetable and like the both ingredient in it, not too much snacks.
Yeah, and another thing I see is the distance is the benefit of the public school, because when you learn in the public school, so it is near your house, and the parent can like the parent can look after the child easily, because you can see that in every child in some period of age, they would have a period of doing something. They want to show the body. They want to let the body know that they are good, they are really great, and they are curious about many things. And that can make them, I don't say everybody, but most of them, like go to some kind of really bad thing. So maybe they can like smoke, or they use many bad things, or maybe they addicted to games. So I see that if you study in public school and if the teacher is really if that parent is really care about a child, so they can stop that easily.
Well, I think the international school, like, because the system in there, like, you know, it's like the international school even have like the kind of small group of houses for students to live in if their house is far from the international school. But don't worry, because there are cameras everywhere, and there are many systems, and the teachers are really cheerful, and they're really helpful.
Although there are many cameras, so you can see that in our school there are also camera everywhere, and you can check whenever we want. But you have to think that when you want to check, sometimes in the camera we have to waste a lot of time to go back to the time, and we have stare at that, and you cannot blink your eye. So I see that although have camera, but they just for security, not always use the camera for everything.
Yeah,
we cannot use the camera in the bathroom, the restroom.
You said the public school, like our house is near the public school, but not every student house is near the public school. So that's one point I disagree with you. And same with international school. Like, I think that's one problem any parent cannot have to deal with.
So what's that problem?
Like you said, the problem when you said with your discussion. That's the problem every parent have to deal with. I do not say every child, but that's the problem the parents have to deal with when their kids get older. So I think it's the same problem. We cannot say that in the benefits of the public school or the international school.
So, I really feel familiar when I study in public school, and when I'm doing many research, I also still really like public school, and I disagree with some parents that when the child is study in the public school, and then they hear everyone, the friends or maybe their neighbor talk about international school, and they fight every way to bring the child into that school. So I think that is not good for that child, because that child feel familiar to have friends in the public school, and then when they have to change school, I think that is not very good for that. And if the parent want to change school, so I think they also have to ask for the child opinion, because I think they have the right to say their opinion. So if the parent just change the school of the child and don't ask them anything, so I think that parent is not respect the child.
Yeah, I do think so. I have to agree with you in that. They have to ask the child's permission when they change the school. If the child agrees, then yeah, everyone's happy. We can change. But if the child disagrees, then you have to think again. We cannot force the children to go to something that they don't like, because if they don't like studying at the international school, then their result will be really bad, because they didn't concentrate on this. So I think that's kind of everything. Another thing is that international school, I think it's good for learning new languages, because they have really good environment. So I think they're good for learning new language.
So I think that is not a really good reason, because I see that many people, they don't go to the international school. They don't live in the environment that full of English like the international school, but they still go to English.
But I'm saying that it's good for learn new language.
So you say
that. You can learn new language easier when you go to international school.
So maybe
you have a good environment in there. I do admit that even me, I don't go to international school, but I still speak English quite good. But you don't understand what I'm saying. It's good for you, you have more opportunity to practice your English at the international school. So I think it's kind of have a good environment in the international school. Kind of mistake my opinion.
Yeah. So do we finish now?
Do you have any more benefits?
No, I just find some of these like that, and I'm done.
I still have a couple more. I think I'm quite done with it. And international school offer a range of, I already said that, offer a range of after school activities. I already said that one.
Yeah.
Now
so you finished?
Yep, I'm on my way to make some cards for the teacher. And on Women's Day next week.
Yeah.
It's nearly Women's Day. So I nearly finished this card. All I need is for Dad to print color a picture for me of my literature teacher, and I have to have some time to draw a watercolor picture on here.
Yeah.
And I'm done. Yeah, that's I think I often make cards for my teacher. Nothing else. I don't have anything else to make. So cards is what I only make.